Deputy Prime Minister Chrystia Freeland, meantime, and Mayor Olivia Chow, they're speaking with reporters about the building of new homes with federal help in Toronto. Let's listen in live.
Madame la ministre des Finances. L'Ontario et Toronto ont monté un groupe de travail sur les finances de Toronto depuis quelques semaines et ils ont répété les appels au gouvernement fédéral pour entrer dans ce groupe de travail. Est-ce que vous allez le faire et si oui, quand?
Nous avons déjà dit que mon sous-ministre, le sous-ministre des Finances du fédéral, participera dans ces conversations. Et je souligne que notre gouvernement fédéral, a investi plus dans la ville de Toronto qu'aucun gouvernement fédéral dans l'histoire du Canada. Quand nous étions élus, comme Arif a parlé un peu de 7 ans, de 2014, 2015, les élections fédérales quand notre gouvernement était élu, en ce moment-là, le fédéral a investi en 2015.
At that time, the federal government invested $200 million in 2015. This year, we're going to be investing $1.9 billion, and next year, it will be $2.3 billion. That is 10 times more than in the past. So we are here for Toronto. As you mentioned, the province is sitting at the table for the discussions, and that's a good thing. We understand the constitutional responsibility of the provinces, and today the provinces are emphasizing that responsibility. That's also a good thing. They do also need to take fiscal responsibility for this housing, and the same goes across Canada. Next question is about the food bank, about the Daily Bread food bank. Month after month, they're hitting new records of customers. Will the federal government do something with respect to those agencies? Thank you for that question. As the mayor said, those are really tragic numbers. Today, we are truly experiencing such a difficult situation for so many people around the country and for many people right here in Toronto. As the mayor said, housing affordability is one of the key elements in affordability for Canadians and Torontonians. So we will really do everything possible every day in our country. Affordable housing is a crucial element in achieving those goals.
Mark McAllister from City News here in Toronto. Beyond housing, obviously that's why we're here today. You're well aware of the financial situation that this city is in with a $1.5 billion shortfall in its next budget. You've spoken about trying to work with one another in the past, your last meeting at City Hall with Mayor Chow. What can the federal do beyond the housing initiatives to help the city out?
Yeah, thank you for the question. And, you know, as Arif pointed out in his comments, our government is a progressive government. Having a progressive mayor of this city as a partner is a real opportunity for us to do a lot of great things together for this city. And our federal government is here. We are stepping up for Toronto. When we were elected in 2015, the federal government in that year was investing $200 million in the city. This year, in the budget, we have nearly $1.9 billion in 23-24 that are going to the City of Toronto. Already, currently in the budget, the City of Toronto will get in 24-25 $2.3 billion from the federal government. That is more than 10 times the amount of support the city was getting when we formed government. So we really believe in supporting the city, and we are doing that.
In addition to that, we've asked Mayor Chow a number of times, as well as Premier Doug Ford, about the working group that they've put together to try and assist the city as well. We now know that one of your colleagues from the federal government is at that table. Can you tell us anything about the federal government's involvement?
Yeah, my deputy minister, Chris Forbes, is there. It's important to be collaborative. It's important to provide information. And to see, to understand what every level of government is doing and our perspectives. I'm very glad that the city and the province have initiated this effort. We have been hearing from provinces across the country an assertion of their jurisdiction over municipalities. And we can see that as also a recognition of the responsibility that provinces across the country have for municipalities. And I would love to see that recognition manifest in more support for the cities.
All right. Next question. Prochaine question.
Philippe de Montigny avec RDI.
Question?
C'est ça, vous avez parlé de l'implication du gouvernement fédéral dans les finances municipales de
You
Toronto.
spoke about the federal government's involvement in municipal finances, and what can the federal government contribute to help the city of Toronto get out of its fiscal
Sur le
debt?
plan de construire 65 000 logements,
And with respect to building 65,000 housing units,
qu'est-ce que le fédéral peut apporter?
what can the federal government bring to the table for municipal finances and also the building of affordable housing?
Le fédéral comprend l'importance
The federal
des
government
villes du
understands
Canada,
the importance of Canada's cities.
particulièrement l'importance de la ville de Toronto.
We understand in particular
Vous
the
avez
importance
deux
and size of the city of
ministres
Toronto.
qui sont en même temps des députés de Toronto. Celui nous habite,
We
ce
have
sont les
ministers
Français qu'on
who are
représente,
also MPs in
c'est
Toronto.
la ville
It's where we
qu'on
live, and it's a
Et on
city that we
comprend
love.
l'importance aussi de Toronto,
So we also understand
en tant que
Toronto's
moteur
importance
économique
as an
pour le
economic driver for the entire
précisément
country.
pour cette raison que le fédéral
It's
est
precisely
déjà
why the
là.
federal government is already there. We're investing $1.9 billion that is going to be contributed to Toronto this year. That's a lot of money. And next year we will be investing even more, $2.3 billion. And with the relationship between the federal government and the city, that relationship has grown and is very strong. In 2015, the federal government invested only $200 million. So we are now investing 10 times more than before. Our government is the government that has invested the most money in the city of Toronto in our country's history. That's the reality. We are always willing to do the work and to work in collaboration with the Mayor of Toronto. We truly appreciate how the City of Toronto is working in collaboration with the Province of Ontario. And they have direct responsibility for the city.
Obviously, you were mentioning that low interest loans is a good step. It's a step in the right direction. Grants are also a solution. So where do you see the federal government sort of stepping in on that front? And also they're now at the table for looking at the budget hole for the City of Toronto. Where do you hope the federal government can sort of pitch in?
CMHC has a multitude of programs. The low interest loan one is one of them that we're talking about today. They also have a rapid housing initiatives, which builds supportive housing.
All right, we have been listening to a housing announcement.
All right, that's the latest from Mayor Olivia Chow and Deputy Prime Minister Chrystia Freeland talking about a potential new deal for the city of Toronto.